Hello, kids. I have it to my thing. How are you? Hopefully you can hear me. Can you hear me? Wow. Sugar Sean O'Malley on time. Let's just get right into it. I'm Ariel, and I'm about to be joined by the man, Sugar Sean O'Malley. No. Wait, you left. How's everyone? Good? Good to talk to you again. Hey, Sean, write me again. I'm Ariel Helwani. This is the ESPN MMA live chat. In around 15-20 minutes, we're going to be joined by Dustin Poirier. But for now, let's say hello. Call Sugar Sean O'Malley, who's kind enough to join us on this Tuesday afternoon. Hopefully everyone's doing well, or Tuesday morning, wherever you may be. There he is. What's up, my man? How are you, Sean?
What's up? Doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I have to say, no one seems to be enjoying this downtime, this quarantine, more so than you, my man. You have been giving us a lot of entertainment, so thank you for that.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I really am.
Why are you enjoying it so much?
That's why.
What are we playing right now?
Playing Call of Duty with the Twitch fam. Been streaming a lot. Gaming's fun, but when you game, you have your the Twitch channel just popping off, talking, play for 3-4 hours straight, and it goes by like that. So yeah, it's been good. Been having fun.
I got headphones. Where are my headphones?
I know. I saw you with your DC.
Yeah, here they are. But everyone's making fun of me, Sean. Are these not cool? What's wrong? What did I do wrong here?
I don't know. Put them on. We'll both talk with them.
Should I put them on right now, you're saying?
Might as well.
Okay.
Why, you don't feel comfortable with them on?
No, I don't. I mean, I don't know. People said I looked dorky, or DC made fun of me. He said that they were like, I don't know.
DC made fun of you because they don't fit his head. Wait. Hold up.
How do I look, Sean?
I think they're sweet. I feel like we're going into war with these on.
I know. I should have done this from the beginning. Now, why? Are these like old ones or something? I just dropped my AirPods, Sean.
That's okay. Yeah, they look nothing better than strapping on the headset, though, and you have a couple of your buddies in the party, and you guys are going into war. Oh, nothing better.
Yes. I haven't. Is there any games like for a newbie like me who's looking for something to do? Anything you recommend, like to sort of ease my way into things, not to go hardcore?
You ever played any games?
Yeah, like Madden, things like that.
Madden's fun. I think it's definitely preference whether you like sports games or games like this. Like I only play Fortnite and Call of Duty.
Okay. Do they pay you for that?
I just stream on Twitch, so just kind of depends. I mean, you get paid. It's like a subscription thing. People subscribe, donate, all that.
Now, by the way, do you hear weird feedback when I'm talking, or is that just me?
I just did a little bit, but earlier I wasn't.
Okay, let's see if it's my stupid headphones, probably.
No, I think it's good now.
Are you actually training these days?
Hell yeah. I don't not train.
Where do you go to train?
Yeah. Tim's gym. We just go in there, a couple guys, and train. We just do jiu-jitsu. I do jiu-jitsu Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then I lift Tuesday, Thursday, and then Saturday's kind of what I decide then. But so yesterday we just been doing live grappling goes. And then today I'm gonna lift, and yeah. So I've just been training once a day, and then gaming. So it's sweet.
It seems like
enjoying this quarantine.
Everyone is campaigning to be on that card on April 18th. Are you doing so?
I messaged Sean Shelby a couple weeks ago, like 2-3 weeks ago, and said if there was any opportunity to fight on that, I'd be willing to. But he said, no, we want you in July. So.
Oh. Would you have fought anyone?
No, not take stupid fights. I'm gonna take smart fights, but.
What's a smart fight?
Smart fight, just smart fight, not a stupid fight.
Who qualifies as smart fight?
I don't know. I decide whether it's a smart fight or a stupid fight.
Okay.
I'm not gonna fight someone. I'm not gonna fight an extremely good guy for the same money. I'm gonna fight a guy that's not as good as good for the same amount of money.
The big question is, what should Tony Ferguson do? If you're Tony Ferguson right now and you lost the Khabib fight, do you take the Gaethje fight or do you wait for the Khabib fight?
That's tough. I don't know. That's a shitty situation. I would love to see Gaethje versus Tony. That's a fight that I would really like to see because I think if Gaethje beats Tony, then I think Gaethje versus Habib would be a really sweet fight too. I want to see a fight. Like I was listening to yours and Cormier wants to see a fight. I'd like to see it. It'd be sweet. But if you're Tony, who knows what he's thinking? I don't know if Tony knows what he's thinking.
What do you mean by that?
Tony's crazy. I love him though. Ever that I was making fun of him in that video? I wasn't making fun. I was just being funny. I was just being goofy. I definitely wasn't making fun of him.
I took it as you were paying homage to him. Like imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, right?
I was just being goofy. I thought his shit looked funny, and I'm like, whether he's doing that for real or to be funny, I don't know. I just thought it was silly, but I liked it.
Did you hear from him after he posted those videos?
No.
No? Do you think he liked it?
No. I feel like Tony thought he probably got a chuckle out of it. I don't think Tony took it as I was making fun of him. I sat next to him at one of the UFC fights a couple years ago. We didn't talk much, but we chatted here a little bit, and we were cool. So I think we still are.
Do you believe that he really trains that way, or do you think that he just does that for the cameras?
I feel like he probably trains that way after training. I think he's probably just does that to, you know, if he's bored. You can only train jiu-jitsu or hit mitts or do something for so long. So he probably did his regular shit, and then he just got goofy.
Kevin Lee said something to me last week that has really stuck with me, that Tony, because he is so unique and is somewhat of a loner and trains alone, doesn't really have like a head coach, doesn't have a traditional team. In a situation like this where you can't be around so many people, going into a fight against someone like Khabib, he would actually favor Tony more so than Khabib, who likes to be around a lot of people and whatnot. I actually think that makes a lot of sense. I think that was actually great analysis on Kevin's part. What do you make of that?
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't even think about that. But at the end of the day, Habib's what, 25, 26-0, something like that.
28.
28, no. I don't think that's gonna play too big of a role. Once the cage is shut, I think it's just you and the other guy. So I don't think that would. It could have maybe leading up, give him some anxiety, maybe stress him out, but to make his performance worse just by that, who knows? He does always have a huge entourage, and I don't know. It definitely could have affected him, but he seems pretty mentally strong. And if you're gonna be 28-0 and be the lightweight world champ, I think that shouldn't be able to affect you.
Who do you think would have a better chance at beating Khabib, Gaethje or Ferguson?
I think Gaethje.
Really? Why?
Tim and I were talking about this the other day. Tony gives up bad positions just because he's comfortable everywhere. He'll give up his back. He'll do things that you can't do against Khabib. If you give up a bad position against Khabib, he's gonna maul you. He's gonna hold you down. He's so good in those positions that you can't really give him one of those positions. And Tony just kind of, he's too loose, not too loose. He's just a little careless in there. And I think Gaethje, would have I don't know. It's just Khabib's just so good at those positions. If Tony gives up his back or he accepts going on his back, I don't know. Tony also could catch him. So
right.
It's that's what fighting's so crazy, but I don't know.
Do you think Justin is a bad matchup for Tony?
Justin, a bad matchup. Oh yeah, Justin versus Tony. God, that's a tough fight for Tony too. I think. I think Justin's an animal. Tony gets cracked every fight. He gets hit every fight. Like his chin's up. He's not. If you look at his skill, his striking skills, he's not sharp. He's not throwing a sharp jab or sharp 1-2. But it works for him. But you give those opportunities to get caught. And somebody like Justin who hits like that and can put your lights out. But it's hard to say because Tony's on a huge win streak right now. So whatever he's doing is obviously working. But I don't know if it would necessarily work against Justin or Khabib.
Did you recently train with Henry Cejudo? Or was that a joke?
Did he look like? I mean, Did you not see the picture?
I don't know. I thought you were messing with us. I'm not. You're both Arizona guys. I don't know. I don't want to assume.
No, I was just making a joke because I put Bob at the shortest level, so he's like 5'2", like Henry's height. So I was just making a joke.
Okay. Do you ever see him around town, or do you guys not live close to each other?
No, he doesn't. I used to before I was in the UFC. He'd come into the lab sometimes. But recently, the last probably 3-4 years, I haven't seen him.
Okay. Have you seen him now start to call out Dominic Cruz?
I did not. I think someone in my Twitch chat literally said that today. That if the Aldo fight didn't happen, he was saying he'll fight Cruz.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
How do you feel about Cruz getting a title shot though? Because he hasn't fought in so long.
When was the last time he fought?
The last time he fought was against Cody Garbrandt. Believe it or not, UFC 207.
He got whooped.
Yeah. By the way, now it sounds like your mic is covered all of a sudden.
Oh shit! Yeah,
now you're good.
My bad.
Yeah, the UFC, the same card that Ronda lost to Amanda Nunes.
Damn, that was a long time ago. Yeah, that would be weird. Either fight. I mean, Aldo off 2 losses or Cruz off a loss. I don't know. Who else would be? Because who else would be in the picture to fight Henry?
You would need someone who's in America at this point. If
right.
The travel bans are in place. So the main options would be Corey Sandhagen, Aljamain Sterling. Dare I say Sean O'Malley?
Shit, I'd step up. I don't think he wants it. I don't think he would want that.
Why?
I know it sounds silly. I've 3 fights in the UFC. I'm not even ranked or nothing, but it's just not a good matchup. I'm 5'11". He's 5'2".
You think Cejudo would say no to you?
Yes.
Wow, because of the matchup, not because of your name or anything, because of the matchup.
Yeah, he sees my. I have a high skill level. I know I only fought 3 times in the UFC. I haven't fought necessarily anyone that's great. Jose wasn't horrible. He wasn't the best, but I believe in my skills. I have really good high level skills, and I just think. I mean, it would obviously be a stupid fight for him. I'm not even ranked.
So that would be stupid. These are crazy times, Sean. Nothing makes sense.
Yeah, that's true. This is full, so.
That's fine. Don't read the comments. Only bad things happen when you read the comments.
I am full of myself though. If I was sitting here right here in front of you saying, "No, I don't want to fight Henry," he would whoop my ass. What would I be doing all this training for? All this I train because it makes me extremely confident that I can go out there and beat anybody in the division. But realistically, who deserves a shot? Yeah, Aljo or Corey. Like those would be good fights.
Yeah, bantamweight is amazing right now. I love bantamweight, which is a little funky as to why. Like that's why it bothered me so much that Aldo was getting the shot, because I do think Aljo, Sandhagen, Jan deserve it way more because they're on legit streaks. You know what I mean? Like you don't need to go to someone like him, but it's a little funky. And as far as you, July, I would imagine. I mean, who knows if July can actually happen? But that would have been the International Fight Week card, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and they didn't talk about opponent.
No, they haven't. They're not. I don't even think they're going to talk about opponent or nothing until all this passes.
Yeah. Do you think at some point it's inevitable you'll go to 145?
Yes.
How soon?
After I'm champ. Oh. I don't know how soon. I don't know when that is, but I definitely want to stay at 35 until I get what I need to do done, and then go up to 45. But it could be 2 years, 3 years. I don't know. It's hard to say.
How bad is that weight cut for you?
Not bad at all.
Oh, you don't struggle? Yeah, I'm just because your frame is so, you're so tall, but you're also very skinny.
It was super easy. I worked with nutritionist Dan Garner, and we had that dialed in, and it was making weight was easy.
Thank God you got that fight in, right? Almost at the buzzer there. So you've been out indefinitely. You think of that?
I didn't even think about that until someone brought it up, not even that long ago, a couple weeks ago, and I sat and I'm like, holy, that would have been tough, because right now I'm enjoying life so much, everything's going so good. But if I hadn't fought and we were quarantined, I would have a whole different mindset. I'd be like, I would probably be pretty anxious, pretty stressed out. I just wanted to perform, wanting to prove, because I can sit on Instagram, I can sit in front of anybody and say I'm good, I'm really good, I know I'm good. but no one's gonna. You fought 2 years ago. How you're not good, but
Right.
not being able to go out there and prove, okay, I do have legitimate skills. I do have all that it thing. I do have all that stuff that I'm talking about. I have all that. I knew I had that, but I wanted to show it so bad and wanted to prove to people that I had it. And love you. And I just being able to go out there and do that was so big, and just it was like a relief off my shoulders just to prove that I am as good as I say I am.
And by the way, I love you too.
Thank you.
Let me ask you, because someone just asked me this a couple days ago. If you could compare Sean O'Malley to someone of the past, like if someone has never seen you fight, and they say, who is he most like who does his style most remind you of? I was kind of stumped on this one. Like there were a couple ones that I want to say their name because I don't want to tip you off or anything, but I found, because your style is very unique. Who would you say? Like if someone has never seen you fight, be like, who are you like from yesteryear? Who would you say?
There's no one. There isn't anyone, I don't think. I think I get compared by some people, like I have a similar striking style to Connor, and I do in a sense, but I have way more tools than Connor. I have way more, and that's not a knock. Connor's really, really high level striker. Obviously, what he's done is insane. You can't do that without being as good as he is. But I feel like when you compare my striking, I have way more tools than him, as far as I can stand literally both stances and do everything from both stances. So I think, I think that similarity is there a little bit. I don't know. That's tough. I feel like there hasn't been anybody that can move like me and throw the stuff that I'm throwing from both stances. But who did you think?
Honestly, I had a hard time. I mentioned, but I didn't like these. I said Anderson, but I didn't like it. I didn't like any of the comparisons. I was thinking of great strikers, but I couldn't think of anyone. If anything, you have a similar-ish style to Izzy, but that's not someone of yesteryear, right? Like just because you're so long, but you're so good both stances, things like that. There's no one that came to mind, so that's why I wanted to ask you if you kind of patterned your style after someone, or if you tried to emulate someone or thought you were like someone.
No, Izzy and I definitely have a similar style. Both super long for our weight classes. I've went back and watched his old highlights, always trying to pick up tricks and tips and stuff like that. I know I saw in one of his videos he said he learned one of his moves that he threw on Marvin Vettori from watching one of my fights. So that was pretty cool. It's fun to be, because there's stuff I've picked up from TJ Dillashaw. There's stuff that I've picked up from so many, Anthony Pettis. Like you watch other high level strikers, and you can just, if you're athletic enough and you understand striking enough, you can implement those things that work for them into your own game. And Tim and I are really good at watching something and putting that into my game.
What about Michael Chiesa commenting earlier that you should be the first one to headline the UFC's first show in Montana? That would be sick.
That would be sweet, but I don't know.
They're not going to Montana anytime soon, let's be honest.
Hell, I don't think so. I don't think they'd sell enough tickets.
I don't know if there's an arena. Is there even an arena like that would be suitable for a fight night?
Maybe in Billings, I'd say, but I just don't think they could. I don't know what it is. Montana, I was talking to Cormier right before my fight when we were doing the interviews with the commentators, and he was saying he was in Great Falls, and that place Montana feels like it's 20 years in the past. And that was pretty accurate comment. I think it's just so, it's like you're living in the past there. I love, I'm super thankful that I grew up in Montana, because I'm obviously the person I am today. But I don't know. I don't think Montana would do very well with a fight card right now. Not yet.
Right. Okay. Last thing before I let you go. People are looking for old fights to watch, things to do. Give me one underrated. Don't give me like an obvious one. Underrated Sugar Sean old fight that you recommend people watching from any promotion, any era. I'm putting you on the spot here, I know.
Just one that came to head, Cub Swanson versus Choi. That might be too recent or it might be too obvious, but that fight just popped in my head right when you said that.
All right. That's
that
from
fight
Toronto.
I watched that fight
Cub Swanson.
Yeah,
all right.
That was a sweet fight.
UFC, off the top of my head, 206 in Toronto. Max Holloway fought Anthony Pettis on that card. That is a phenomenal fight. Sugar Sean, you're the man. Keep up the great stuff online. Thank you for the videos, the entertainment, and keep staying positive and healthy. We appreciate you very much.
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate it, Ariel. Let's get some Call of Duty in after.
Yeah, for real. With my headset, I'll
Yep,
smoke you.
you're right. We're on the same team, brother.
All right, sorry. My bad. Peace out, Sean. You just press
See
the
you guys.
X right over there, and
Boom.
you'll be good to go. There he is, one of the top bantamweights in the UFC, future contender, no doubt, Sugar Sean O'Malley. I did see Dustin Poirier jump in there. Let me get to Mr. Poirier. Let me see, or he could just write again. Dustin, if you're watching, just say hello to me again, and I'll tag you in, like old school pro wrestling that I've been watching with my son on this TV over here. Old school pro wrestling. Should I wait for it or should I go up? What should I do? I'm so nervous. I don't know what to do with my hands. No, my son and I have been watching old school pro wrestling. Last night we watched WrestleMania 9, Bret Hart against Yokozuna. It was incredible. Where's Dustin at? Dustin, just write something again for me here, or I'll just go up. What should I do? I'll go up. Just give me a second. Oh, there he is. All right, now let's say hello to the man from Lafayette, Louisiana, Dustin Poirier. There he is. Dustin, how are you?
Good, man. What's going on?
Sorry about that. I saw your message and I had to scroll up to get you. Thank you for doing this. I appreciate it.
Hey, my pleasure, brother.
How's your family doing? You guys in Lafayette? How are you holding up?
Yeah, we're good. We're in Lafayette, kind of staying away from people, you know, like we're supposed to. Trying our best. We're holding up, though, man. Getting a little stir crazy.
Yeah, are you doing the homeschooling thing with your daughter?
She's only 3.5, so we're going over the, you know, alphabet and counting and doing fun stuff like that, but nothing too crazy.
Okay, so let's talk about the stuff that everyone wants to hear about. Yesterday, in the midst of all this madness regarding Khabib and Tony, I get a text from you, and you say you want in. You want to fight on April 18th. Tell me what's going on here.
I mean, the UFC, you know, Dana and Sean and those guys got the text before you, but I saw you talking about it, so I just threw it out there. I was trying to get it out to the media as well. That I'm open. You know, I'm not out here begging for fights, but if they need somebody and nobody's taking it at 155 or nobody's ready, then I'll do it. You know, any chance I get on a big fight like that, I'm always down.
And what did they say?
Nothing really. I don't kind of played me. They told me keep preparing for what I'm supposed to be preparing for, and they'll let me know what's going on. That's it.
So they said April 18th they don't need your services, basically?
Not so much in those exact words, but they just told me to keep preparing for May.
Okay. At this point, do you think May is going to happen?
Nah, I don't think so, man. I really don't. I don't have that feeling. You know, honestly, there's no way to properly prepare. You know, I can't get inside of it. I have my own personal gym here in Louisiana, and I can go hit the bags. I have another buddy or two buddies who I train with there that are social distancing themselves as well. So I kind of trust them to not bring the fungus among us in my gym.
Yeah.
But other than that, you know, I'm there hitting the bags, rolling with those guys, or I'm at my house. So I can jog and stuff. I can get in shape, but to be fine-tuned for a fight at the highest level, I can't do it. I don't know what my opponent's doing as well, if he's not being able to train. So May seems like a push, but we'll see, man.
So, like, are you even – so right now, if this was the normal time, you'd be a month and a half away from this fight, but you're not treating this like a normal training camp, right?
It's not. I was actually for the Bellator event in, I think, Connecticut, Mohegan Sun. I went there to corner my buddy fighting Paul Daly, and the fight got canceled the day of. I had a flight already booked. I was flying back with those guys to Florida. I flew from Louisiana to Connecticut to corner him. I was going to fly to Florida to start my training camp. And shit hit the fan when I was in Connecticut. That's when the stuff really started getting bad, and the panic started happening. So I canceled those flights and came back home to my family because I didn't want to risk getting separated. Whenever I do training camps, I usually go 2 weeks by myself. Then my wife and daughter meet me for the rest of camp. I kind of get tempered in, get things going, get things moving, and then they come join me for the rest of my training camp. But I didn't want to risk a travel ban or whatever. And obviously, Florida has put a ban on Louisiana crossing over. You know, they're doing a mandatory 2-week quarantine with 60 days in jail if they catch you out if you cross the Louisiana border getting into Florida.
Wow.
Yeah.
60 days in jail.
Yeah, man. The governor of Florida said nobody from Louisiana in, and if you come in, you're doing 2 weeks quarantine.
Damn. Okay.
So even if I would leave right now and go to Florida at this point, May 16th is what, 7 weeks away, 6 weeks away. That would put me out another 2 weeks. This just doesn't. Then who's going to be at the gym training if we can only have? I talked to Mike Brown and he told me that they're doing one training partner, I think, and one coach at a time, and you have to plan ahead, and it's only for people with scheduled fights. So the gym, by law, it can't be run like it was being run.
Right. Yeah, that's a huge issue. So have they told you to still prepare for May 16th, or are they telling you to chill for a second?
No, they're telling me to prepare.
Really? So they think it's going to happen?
Yeah.
Well,
I guess so.
My understanding is if it does happen, no way it happens in San Diego, because my understanding is that California is going to start. Because I don't know if you saw yesterday, Bellator canceled their 2 events in California in May. There's no way that they're going to allow you guys to fight in California.
Yeah, that's the only info I do know. They told me if May 16th goes through, it's going to be in a different U.S. city.
Okay. And how do you feel about fighting in the midst of this? Like, do you feel comfortable?
Like in the midst of what was happening yesterday, an opportunity like that, of course, I'm 100% jumping on. No disrespect to Dan Hooker, but guys like him are going to be around. Opportunities like that are going to be there always for the rest of my career. To fight up and coming good guys who are on the streak, fun matchups. That's always going to be around. I just want to be 100% prepared. That's all. I like the fight and I'm down with the fight, but I just want to be prepared.
Who are you asking for? Just to be clear, Ferguson, Gaethje, or someone else on that card?
Anybody. I'll fight anybody.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do you like the Ferguson matchup?
Yeah, I think I beat up Tony, man. I really do. I think the Gaethje fight as well. I would do a rematch with him.
Right. Yep. That was a great fight the first time around. If you don't mind me asking, how much do you weigh?
About low 80s.
Would that be problematic?
I can make 155 April
Really?
18th if I had to. Yeah.
Even without anyone around you, and probably not like the same type of nutrition around you, or maybe it is, I don't know, but
dude, after my weight cut when I fought Cub Swanson with only me, Mike Brown, and my boxing coach Diet Davis in my corner in London, England, I showed up fight week 176 pounds and made 146.
Wow.
I can make it.
Wow, how bad was that?
Horrible, the worst. You almost lost me.
Really, was that bad?
Yeah, I think so.
What do you remember? Tell us. Give us a good story.
I don't remember. Dude, weigh-ins is kind of blurry. It's like my memory is kind of messed up from the weight cut, actually. I was in the sauna for 2 days straight. It was horrible. The worst, man, the worst.
Did you get nervous?
Mike Brown's cornered a lot of people. He told me that's the most weight he's ever seen somebody move in that many days.
Why'd you arrive so big?
I took the fight on short notice, and whenever they called me with the opportunity, I lied about my weight.
What did you say?
I said, I'm like 176 or 175, but I was like 80-something when they called me.
Oh, my gosh. That is, and did you feel nervous at any point? Like maybe this is not good for my health?
Yeah.
Did you consider backing out?
No, once the weight cut got started, I was just going to, do it until, I guess, I don't know. I didn't consider backing out now.
Do you think it's inevitable that you will fight at 170? Like when your career is towards the end, do you want to stay at 170, or do you think 155 is easy enough?
155 isn't easy. It's pretty tough to get down there. It's just the guys at 170 are walking around, 200 pounds or so. I mean, not all of them, but a lot of them. Me in shape, in good shape, I'm probably, set in the mid to 74, 75. I'm in good shape. I'm in fight shape there.
Okay.
But I can't I can't get in that kind of shape and then cut 5 pounds and fight these big guys.
Sure.
They're just going to be too big.
Let me ask you the same question I asked Sean. If you're Tony Ferguson, what do? Do you take the Gaethje fight if they find a location, or do you wait for Khabib?
My goodness. What's on the line? Is the belt still on the line?
I think interim title.
Fuck, I don't know, man. That's tough. He's been preparing. So we know he's in great shape. That's a tough one because Khabib's about to start Ramadan, I believe.
Yeah.
And that's going to put him out even further. I don't know, man. I don't know. Tony has such a crazy luck with this stuff. Everybody, with this whole fight.
Right. Okay, let me ask you this. You know Khabib as well as anyone. You're the last guy to fight him. Who has a better chance of beating him, in your opinion? Tony, Gaethje, or neither?
I think Gaethje does. I've said it since the beginning, yeah.
Why?
I just think the wrestling pedigree. Dude, look, I'm not trying to be a dick here or talk bad about these guys, but if I thought Tony, this was a while back, but I thought Denny Castillo beat Tony. I thought Denny won that fight. I thought he out-wrestled him. If Kevin Lee and Danny Castillo are putting you on your back at will, dude, Khabib is going to do that whenever he wants. I promise you. You know, I know this. And the people saying Tony's going to damage Khabib, and you, dude, to get a stoppage from your back with elbows, it could happen, but it's going to be so tough. The cut's going to have to be perfect, you know, and the submission off your back against Khabib from guard or something, I just don't see that happening. You know, maybe in a scramble you can catch him in something funky, but if he's taking you down and he's in your guard or he's on top of you, submitting him from your back, I just don't see it happening, man.
So what can Gaethje do?
He can stop the wrestling. He can use his wrestling to stop Khabib's wrestling, get him tired down, and throw those crazy shots and land something. That's what I think could happen.
Interesting. So I don't want to put words in your mouth.
What's that?
I said I don't want to put words in your mouth, but would you suggest Tony is overrated?
That's exactly what you're doing, is putting words in my mouth.
No, I'm asking you.
No, I think he's solid. I think his will and his heart and his belief in himself is unmatched, and a lot of fighting is that. Skill-wise, I think he makes a lot of mistakes. I don't know how it hasn't, you know, caught up to him, or somebody hasn't capitalized on his awkward footwork and his chin up in the air. You know, guys have hurt him before. Nobody's put him away. I just think he is a good fighter for sure. You don't get on streaks like that and beat the guys he's beaten by not being a good fighter. The guy's a great fighter, but I just think stylistically it's not a good fight. I think Khabib beats him up, man. I think he gets on top of him, takes him down at will, and grinds on him.
And just to be clear, are you picking Justin over Tony, or do you think Justin would have a legit chance of beating Khabib?
I think, dude, I like Justin in both fights.
Really?
Yeah,
wow.
I do.
Wow. That's
I do.
Fascinating.
Listen, if guys are hurting you and dropping you, you know, if Gaethje gets a hold of you, he's going to stop you, I think. You know, that's just what I think, you know. That's MMA, my MMA opinion, which means nothing in the world of MMA.
Well, I think it means something. By the way, remember that Lando Venata Tony Ferguson fight? He got roughed up in that one. Remember that one?
Yeah. Yeah, he did. He got hurt in that one. But Venata's an unorthodox, unpredictable kind of guy. That could happen in, you know, any fight with him.
Yep.
But chin up in the air, being goofy, not using good technique against a guy like Justin, you know, if he does clip you, you're going down.
Right. So would it be fair to say now you're not thinking about April 18th anymore, right?
I mean, if they call me, hey, let's go.
Okay.
I'm about to go for a run. I still haven't ate breakfast yet today. Yeah, I'm still down if they call me. They know that. I sent Dana a picture of me in the gym yesterday just to keep poking at him. But
do you respond?
I got the emoji knuckles, the world famous emoji knuckles.
Yes, that's right. That's right. By the way, in this uncertain time with so much bad news, nice to see you and Colby make up.
Bro, don't bring that up.
I saw the picture.
He made up. Yeah.
Oh, not you,
dude.
Okay.
This is all a show, man. I'm not talking about that stuff.
All right. I thought. Okay. I guess I fell for it. I thought it was. Sincere is the word that I was looking for. Fair enough. Let me ask you this. I'm trying to get fighters to tell me like an underrated fight. People are looking for something to do, right? From back in the day, fights that maybe don't get talked about enough. I ask you right now, tell the people an underrated fight that was great, that meant a lot to you, that you remember thinking that people don't talk about. There's been so many fights. Is there one or two that come to mind? I know I'm putting you on the spot, but is there a fun, underrated fight that people should watch?
Eddie Alvarez, Joaquim Hansen.
Ooh.
Great fight.
Yes.
Honestly, a lot of Hansen's fights are incredible, dude. I honestly, he's a guy who I was a big fan of. Because when him and Eddie were fighting in those days, I was a young fighter and I was just watching everything, soaking up everything, and I couldn't wait to get an opportunity to fight those guys. So I really, really looked up to those guys, you know, like Eddie and Hansen. But anyway, I feel like Hansen was ahead of his time. He had a full game back in the day. I just wish it would have been now. I'd love to see him fight some of the guys now. He was such an incredible fighter. I'm a big fan of his. But check that fight out for sure.
Yes. Oh my God, that was a great one. Yeah, that was like what, 2008, 2009, something like that in Japan, right?
Maybe a little bit before that, but yeah, probably around there. maybe a few years before that. And also all the Sam Stout, Spencer Fishers. Those fights are all good, man.
Damn. Sean O'Malley gave us a fight from 2 years ago. You're going back into the vault. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Well, you asked me fights we ain't talking about. Those are incredible fights, man.
Yes, they were. Sam Stout, Spencer Fisher. Tremendous stuff. Dustin, I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Thanks for always coming on, especially on short notice. And good luck if the fight happens on May 16th or April 18th. Who knows? Good luck with everything. Good luck to your family as well. I wish the best for them.
Thanks, man. You stay safe, too.
All right. Thank you. There he is. Dustin, the Diamond Poirier, the man himself. You just press the little X over there, Dustin, and then you're good to go. And he's out. Those are great ones. Wow. Hellboy and Eddie Alvarez. Also, what was the other one he said? Sam Stout, Canadian legend, against Spencer Fisher. Those fights were tremendous. Here I am drinking from my MMA fighting mug. So there you have it. Right now, where do things stand regarding this 247 card on April 18th? Still up in the air. They don't have a location. So at the end of the day, we could talk about these fights all day long. We can debate, should Ferguson fight Gaethje? Should Jairzinho and Ngannou fight? Should all these fights happen? Kamaru Usman, Jorge Masvidal. These conversations have happened. They have happened, but there's no location. So until there's a location, there's really no point of actually talking about it. I mean, we could talk about it all day long. We could debate all that stuff, but until they actually find a location, the fights won't be happening. So they're still working on that. And right now they're focused on the United States. They're focused on making the fight happen here. I've heard of several locations being discussed. I've heard of Kansas. I've heard of Oklahoma. I've heard of Florida. I've heard of a bunch of locations, but right now, nothing finalized just yet. I do see my man Marlon Vera. Let's finally give Marlon the rub here. He's been hounding us. Bret Hart versus Yokozuna was a great match. There he is, Chito Vera. I have a job for you, my friend.
Really?
Yes.
Which one?
Instagram stalker. I hear it pays very well.
Okay, I can listen all day.
How bored are you, Marlon?
Man, I'm training twice a day, every day, and then these two things right here keep me in trouble all day.
How old are they?
Nacho is just turned 5 a couple of days ago, and Ann is gonna be 9 in 3 days, I believe.
So you're doing the homeschooling thing with your kids?
Yeah, well, my wife a little bit more than me. I'm doing more the cleaning, the heavy cleaning, the cooking, and I'm using my grill a lot, and, you know, crazy times, dude.
I like your hair.
Oh, thank you, dude.
When did you do that?
A couple of days ago. This is the quarantine second color.
Yes. You look like Eminem, Marshall Mathers.
I appreciate that.
Did you have, correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm on the spot here, did you have something lined up yet?
I was supposed to fight Wyland the 28th, but I'm guessing since Wyland is a fighter, you know, I have told that normally he gives the UFC dates like, hey, this is when I'm fighting. So I'm guessing, you know, he's out now, but I don't know. But, you know, I'm guessing if those things got canceled, you know, they got to remake every fight. I have no idea what's going to happen. I'm just staying ready. I'm running like long distances twice a week. I'm lifting at home. I'm hitting the bag. You know, if they come to fight on Saturday, you know, I'm fighting anyone.
Have you talked to them about that? Have you thrown your name in the hat?
I text Dana a couple of days ago, like, hey, like, as soon as you need a fighter, 45, 35, let me know. I'm in.
What do you say?
Oh, he said like he was happy about it. Like I'm down. Like he told me like thank you, and I will let you know. And then a couple of days later, I text him again like, hey, for real, let me know anything. You've seen it something, I'm in.
Okay, so you have no concerns about fighting during this time?
Oh no. Oh, of course, I'm not going to the gym. I'm not training with too much people. And then I'm just basically running like a little bit over 10 miles to make sure my weight is low and my cardio is good. And then I'm hitting the back, throwing some combos, and my conditioning coach gives me a couple sandbags, couple kettlebells, couple dumbbells. So like I'm training, dude, and I'm feeling good because also I'm, you know, resting more than normally.
10 miles a day?
I'm doing 10 miles 3 times a week.
Whoa, that's a
And
lot.
then I'm doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday. I'm lifting weights, and every night I'm hitting the bag.
And what about you versus Sean O'Malley?
Oh, that can happen. Yeah. I don't say no to no one, dude.
Yes, I know. I know.
I don't buy these ranking things that today, like, you know, like the top 5, they're so concerned about fighting top 5. I'm like, there's a bunch of, you know,
Yeah.
stupidity right there. Like, that's a fun fight. That's a fight that the fans would like to see him. I'm sure he will like to fight me. I will fight anyone, dude.
Let me ask you, if you're Tony Ferguson, do you take the Gaethje fight or do you wait for Khabib?
Dude, that's hard because what happens if you lose? You say goodbye to the title shot. So
Yeah.
And Tony, you know, Tony's a savage. I was listening what Dustin was saying too. He's in a hard spot, dude. This is the 5th time. This fight is so fucking cursed that, you know, you don't know if this fight is gonna ever happen. Now Khabib is in Russia. He's stuck in Russia.
Crazy.
But why he left the U.S. He kind of knew this was gonna happen.
Yeah. I listen. I think there's a few things in that story that aren't adding up for me right now.
Yeah, it's a little weird, but Tony's in a real bad spot. Like it all comes to, like, if he needs the money, if he just want to go on scrap, it all comes to that.
Yeah.
But I was looking forward to that fight, and then, you know, but, you know, I'm guessing the UFC just wanna, you know, since all this happening, just throw a fucking wild card like UFC 200, like just make every single fight a badass and it's bottom to top.
Let me ask you, why do they call you Chito?
My middle name is Andres. So
Okay.
when I was a little kid, people asked me my name, I would say Andre Chito. Like, you know, like a cute thing.
Ah.
So
Now
my mom, from what I know, my mom was the one that put that nickname to me.
so Chito means cute?
No, Nero means cute, but it's like a diminutive, like Andres, Andre Chito.
Ah, okay.
I didn't know how to pronounce it, you know. So I used say it like that.
Okay. I've always
It's like
wanted
a
to.
mom.
It's like what?
It's like a mom's nickname.
Gotcha. Let me ask you the same question I asked Dustin and Sean. One underrated fight that people don't remember from back in the day. What do you recommend? Give us your pick.
I watch fights every day at least for 3-4 hours. Yesterday I was watching all the Strikeforce titles at middleweight. Tim Kennedy, Jacare, Tim Kennedy, Rockhold, Jacare. Those are pretty fucking fun.
Yeah.
Also, I was watching a lot of like Nick Diaz, Elite Exceed.
Ooh.
Dude, I'm a nerd. I watch like 4 hours of fight every day.
What do
I
you
was
use?
watching-
Fight Pass?
I use Fight Pass or YouTube. I use type like for example, Adesanya, since he did a lot of kickboxing, I go to YouTube and you can find all of Adesanya.
Wow.
Like all fights in China. I was also watching Tony Ferguson's like the bottom fights, like Gleison Tibau, the Danis Castillo that what's his name? Dustin mentioned he lost the fight. He got a little wrestle at the end, and then I was watching Carlos Condit when he was in his prime, when he knocked Dojun King with that flying knee. Dude, there's a bunch of fights underrated out there.
Man, I didn't realize you were such a student of the game. Now, when you're watching these fights, are you actually watching like to learn things, or just as a fan?
Yeah, I'm stopping. If I like some move, some kick, how the guy moves, I stop. I go back. I tell my kids like, hey, wait a minute, and then I watch that, and then I grab my notebook and I write it down, and then when I'm hitting the bag, and then when I'm hitting the bag, I go and do it.
That's amazing. So, is there
I'm a
someone in
nerd.
particular that you love watching, like from back in the day, your favorite guy?
My favorite guy, the reason I'm in the UFC right now is ESP.
Really? Why?
So, you know, he just gave me the day I watched the guy fighting. I was like, okay, I want to be like that. That's why I shaved my head my whole career at the beginning.
Wow.
That was the first guy that made me fall in love with the sport. But since I started, I'm a nerd. I watch UFC every single event. If I'm not doing the commentary in Spanish with ESPN, I'm sitting on my couch since the very first fight, and I don't move until my event is over.
That's amazing. Have you ever met GSP?
Sorry?
Have you ever met GSP? Never.
when he fought in New York, I was trying to fight there. I got offered to fight his teammate Ayman Sahabi, but somehow the fight never happened.
Okay.
Dude, that was my dream, fight with him the same night, but never happened. But I guess I will meet him someday.
Well, this has been great, and now we know what you could do. You could be someone who just watches fights, maybe do some commentary. You know, we're trying to figure out jobs for you here, Chito.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's another thing I also tell Dana one day. Like, if sometime they need somebody for the English broadcast, let me know.
Let's go.
That would be awesome.
Let's go. Vamos,
Oh, yeah.
Chito. Vamos.
Yeah.
You're the man. Thanks for
Thank you,
joining
brother.
us, man. You press the
Have a
X
great-
there. Talk to you soon. My best to
I
your
will.
family.
Same to you, brother.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Great stuff there from Marlon Vera. Who knew he was such a student of the game, such a fan of the sport? That was great stuff. The old Strikeforce middleweight title days. Jacare, Luke Rockhold, Tim Kennedy. Who else fought for the middleweight strap back in the day? Keith Jardine fight for a middleweight strap? Did he go all the way to 185? I think he did one time. Way back in the day. Anyway, I saw Verdum up in here. Vi Cavallo himself, he fought in Strikeforce back in the day against Fyodor. Where you at? Where you at, Verdum? I saw Abe Kawa up in this. Give us an update on Jorge Masvidal. Masvidal, Usman, is it going to happen? I hope you guys are enjoying these chats, and I hope you watched DC and Helwani yesterday. It's on YouTube right now on the ESPN MMA YouTube page. Tomorrow we'll be back at 1 o'clock for another one of these live chats. Oh, let's see how this goes. No? Yes? No? I was trying to do my Verdum face. No? Is that good? How does it go again? It's like Verdum face? No? I added him, but he's nowhere to be found. How do I do that? It's like, no, I don't know. How the hell do you do the Verdum face? Is that it? How do you do the Verdum face? Why is it so hard? I feel like I knew how to do it back in the day. Is that it? I feel like this makes my nose a little big. All right. Oh, yeah, he's not allowed to talk to me. Thanks, Abe. Abe, why you guys start trouble? Oh. He needs a permission slip. There he is!
What?
Abe Kawa! What do you got? What do you got?
Man. Dude, what do I got?
Malky's birthday, but forget about that.
Today is my brother's birthday. Happy birthday, Malky.
What's the news? Is Masvidal Usman happening?
As of I know right now, it's not happening. I don't know where the fall off is, Ariel. It's weird, man. This is probably
What do you mean?
Things well, because if Usman said he took the fight, and obviously we say we want the. I mean, Jorge's been calling out Usman since even before. People don't remember, so I'll remind everybody since that's what I'm here to do.
Yes.
He's been calling out Usman since the Conor thing. Be honest with you, Jorge has said out of his own mouth, if everything is the same, I prefer to knock out Usman. Mm-hmm. I want to break that guy's face. He has said that. So
yes,
we've been on it. I got a call Friday afternoon, I should say, from the higher ups at the UFC, and they asked if we're in. I said, give me a minute, I'll let you know. From what I know, yes. Called them back a few hours right after that. Hey, we're good to go. Let's make it work. It's more of a backup plan. We'll let you know. Cool. That can mean a whole lot of different things, right? Like in our day and age, it can mean they haven't asked Usman. It can mean it's a backup plan. They don't know if they're going to use them or not. I don't know, man. I got no idea, dude. It's weird. And then
what do you think happens?
I think they try to go with Tony somebody. I think that's really I think it's not fair to Tony, be honest with you, than everybody else. And I get it. Everybody wants to fight and everybody wants to put it on and do all that stuff. But I just think they kind of give Tony the fight with somebody, whether it be Justin, whether it be listen, if the price is right, Jorge will fight Tony. That's never been Jorge's thing where he's not going to fight somebody. You put enough money in front of him, he'll fight his mom. So that guy is not afraid to fight whoever, whenever. It's there. So
you're saying that you guys have agreed, because yesterday it seemed like Usman was saying that cloud chasing, this, that, and the other. So
How
clear it
does
up.
how I'm so glad I'm on with you, Ariel, because there's always been these things out there, like true MMA journalists and stuff like that. I got a question for you because you've been around longer than all these guys, forever. You've covered Jorge before most of these guys even knew who he was. Do you know Jorge is the kind of guy to ever turn down a fight? Has he ever said no to a fight? In Europe, knowing Jorge, has that ever happened?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay. Have you ever seen Jorge sit there and basically fight with somebody on social media?
No, I think if anything, someone else is doing the fighting for him.
More than likely. So it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard for me to take what Usman is saying seriously. I know he's got bad people around him, so it's very hard for that to come up. Just look at the history; it's there. So when you look at Jorge and what he's done and how he's done it, we were case in point. Let's talk history. New York City. Hey, will you fight Usman? Yes. Hey, will you fight Colby? Yes. Hey, what about Nate? Yes. He said yes to all three guys. Only one stepped up, and we saw that fight happen. We need two guys to make a fight, man. And on my side, historically, Jorge's never said no to a fight. Put the right paycheck in front of him and let's get it on. That's usually the way it goes with Georgie. It's never been about I don't know, man. Clout. Okay, how can you chase clout, Ariel, when you're the draw? How? I don't get it. I don't know what. Like Usman has less followers. He can't sell a pay-per-view like that. His numbers are not good. It's sad, and Usman seems like a great guy. I don't think he's a bad human being. That's not fair for me to say, So I don't know him, like on the personal level where.
Are we losing Abe? Poor connection. This time it's not my fault. Abe, your connection is crappy. Giving you. Oh, we can't hear you, Abe. I don't know what happened. You were spitting hot fire and you ruined the connection. You were all fired up, and now I can't hear you anymore. Sorry, Abe. I didn't want to do it, but the people told me. Yes, I do have a dog. Her name is Macha. Great stuff there from Abe Kawa, who is Jorge Masvidal's manager, giving us the insight there. I didn't want, but it was just getting a little awkward. It was like, where's Verdum at? He's looking for the permission slip. Where's he at? All right. Well, this has been fun. Who cut my hair? I cut my hair. How about that? I went right in there in that other room, and I cut my hair. My lady is downstairs. That is my wife. Why do people keep asking me about this? I don't want to say it. Turtle Beaches. What is that? What is going on with that? I probably. Mojahed. Yes, I give him a lot of good content. Mojahed. Much love to you, Mojahed. Chito Vera. Hey, maybe you could be a hairstylist. Put some color in my hair. What do you think, Chito? By the way, was that pink or was that blonde? You were talking about actual fighting. Well, given the fact that there's no actual fighting going on now, what do you want me to talk about? I'm talking about actual fights. Doesn't that qualify? Who do I think Tony should fight? Listen, I'll be talking about this. Oh, Turtle Beaches are a gaming headset? Is this what I have? I don't know. Hook me up. Okay. Tessa's telling me that I need to go. She runs a really tight ship. I got tight ship Troy. I got tight ship Tessa. I got New York Rick, who's kind of, the king tight ship at the top of the mountain over there. It's a real operation we got going here over at ESPN MMA. I don't know if you know this, but it's a real deal operation. So anyway, I'll be back tomorrow, 1 o'clock Eastern. I might have something special for you before 1 o'clock Eastern. But for now, I'm not going to make the same mistake as yesterday and promote people, and then they back out. But I have someone lined up for tomorrow anyway. I don't want to tell y'all. You know why? Because that's not what we're here to do. Be safe, be healthy, be positive. More updates to come. But for now, peace. I'm out of here.